Hello and welcome to another episode of my podcast Trauma Bound and Elixir. I'm Lucia Costin, rapid transmissional therapist, and today we're going to look at our relationships and how that shapes the way we look at things and how we can change our perception, how we can change the way we think so that we will not be so influenced by our external circumstances. So our thoughts on how our experiences are shaped by relationships and the way we connect with and interact with others and the world around us are deep and aligned with many philosophical and psychological ideas. And looking at relationships as the bias of experience, we can see that all our experiences are based on relationships, and this is fundamentally true. Our sense of self and the world around us is constructed through our interaction with others and our environment. And this idea is rooted in the concept of relativity, which suggests that our understanding and experience of life are dependent on our relationships and context. For instance, you only know warmth because you have experienced cold. You know happiness because you have experienced unhappiness, and so on and so forth. And now there's two ways to change your experience of life. You can change the external circumstances, and this approach focuses on alternating the external world, like changing jobs, changing partners, changing your locations, your possessions, and so on. It's a common method people use, driven by the belief that the better circumstances will lead to a better life. And oftentimes people will change cities, they will relocate just to get out of the environment they are in at the moment. At times it may be very toxic, and thus relocating and changing your external world will give you better chances of healing and better chances of managing life. However, this is exhausting and oftentimes it's unfulfilling, and it's rooted in the belief of scarcity, and it suggests that happiness and content are dependent on external factors. Now, as I've said, sometimes we really need a break from a certain environment in order to focus on ourselves and be able to heal. However, if you only change the external without addressing the internal, then you're kind of solving half the puzzle, because you will still feel triggered. You can run, but you cannot hide. Basically, your body and your brain will take those emotions with you, those life held beliefs. They will still be there, and they will still influence the way you live and the way you see reality. So let me know if this is something you had to do, or if this is something you're considering doing in order to improve and live a better life. Now, another thing we can do is change our perspective. And this approach emphasizes a shift in your internal perspective, focusing on how we relate to and interpret our experiences and circumstances. By altering our mindset, we can achieve a sense of freedom and content that is not dependent on changing external conditions. And this can lead to a more suitable and profound sense of well-being. And this is where people like me come into play, where we help others heal from those internal perspectives, and we basically give you new tools so that no matter the changes in your environment, you will have the confidence and the ability to deal with it and still have that profound sense of well-being. Once you learn how to tap into your inner resources, things will start to improve. Now, this freedom through perspective is an understanding that our experience of life can change dramatically through a shift in perspective, and it's indeed liberating because it means that even if your external circumstances remain the same, you have the power to change how you perceive and relate to those events, and this can lead to inner peace, resilience, and a deeper appreciation of life. Now, there are practical implications as well, like self-awareness, cultivating that mindfulness, that sense of awareness, to recognize when you are seeking external changes out of a sense of inadequacy, for example. There's reframing, and we practice reframing in situations to see them from a different angle, to gain a more empowering perspective. There's acceptance, where you develop an acceptance of the present moment and find value in your current circumstances. And there's also the inner resources that we all have, and we recognize them and we tap into our inner resources for happiness and security rather than relying solely on the external factors. Your insight encourages a shift from a reactive mode of living, constantly trying to control and change the external world, to a productive mode where we focus our internal landscape. And this perspective not only offers a more suitable path to happiness, but also fosters a deeper connection to life itself. So let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next time.